What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we are going to be doing a new election prediction between Donald Trump and Elizabeth Warren. I think Elizabeth Warren would actually probably be the second best candidate that the Democrats can actually put against the Democrats. I think that Elizabeth Warren could actually be the second best candidate that Democrats could actually press against Donald Trump in the 2020 election. Not saying that I am supportive or against her, but she does seem like a good candidate in the sense of the way her positions are, the way kind of solutions she's presenting to the people of the United States. Whether you agree or disagree, it's just kind of the way I see it. So in any case, we're going to go ahead and fill out this map. Donald Trump, again, will be taking Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, or South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, and then he will be taking the entire South, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and that seems to be it. And then we're going to be giving Elizabeth Warren all of these states except the state of New Hampshire, as well as the 1st District of Maine and the at-large District of Maine. And one of the cases, compared to my previous videos, that Donald Trump will not be winning at large of Maine. Then coming over to California, we're going to be giving Elizabeth Warren California, Oregon, and Washington, as well as the state of Nevada and Virginia. And then we're going to be giving her Hawaii, and then we're going to be giving Donald Trump Alaska, and then Elizabeth Warren Illinois. So now we have some of the states, and then I'm going to go ahead and give those to her too. So now we have most of the states that I believe would be more of a battleground, more competitive in this case. So we're going to be going over them one by one. Coming over to Arizona, I do believe that they would be sticking with the president very slimly, because I do believe that they actually... with the changing demographics in the state of Arizona, yes, they're going to be more competitive in future elections, just like Texas is going to be. 2016 and 2018 actually showed that Texas is a little competitive, but you need to go back and watch my other video about Texas turning blue. Coming over to Iowa, they would be sticking for the president in very solid form because of their shifting conservative nature, along with the state of Ohio, because those states are more along the lines of supporting conservative candidates. They are very Republican. And then Florida would be doing the same thing, because more and more people in these states, in the states of Iowa, Ohio, and Florida, they're shifting conservative, just like North Carolina is. And then I'm going to go ahead and give North Carolina over to the Republicans. They are shifting so conservatively that in future elections, they're going to be more and more solid Republican, and they're not going to be as competitive as they are now. Ohio is a very important state for the Republicans, and they cannot win any election. The Republicans, ever since the creation of the party, ever since they actually started winning elections, they have never won a presidential election without the state of Ohio. Coming over to Minnesota, I do believe Minnesota would be sticking with the Democratic Party in a very just like Arizona, in very slim fashion, because of the shifting demographics. The more job creation that actually did happen under the Trump presidency, a lot of people would be coming out to support Donald Trump, but it would not be close enough for Minnesota to actually flip. Wisconsin would be sticking with the president because solidly, I do believe that the Rust Belt could stick with the president because of the manufacturing base. He kept his promises. He campaigned extremely hard in 2016 in the Rust Belt, while Hillary Clinton and the Democrats did not do as well in that region. However, the total vote margin in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania was under 70,000 votes. So they are still extremely competitive, and they are going to be hard sought by both parties. And the president is definitely going to have to hold on to that to keep the presidency to himself. We have 269 electoral votes for the president of the United States. as well as 228 electoral votes for the Democrats. I do believe that Trump will keep the 2nd District of Maine. That gives him the final electoral vote he needed to flip or to keep the presidency to himself. Coming over to Pennsylvania, I do believe that they would be sticking with the president because of, and again, this is going to be in a very, very slight margin, probably under 50,000 votes. In both of these states, I think that Trump would be winning them within a 50,000 vote margin. Coming over to Michigan, I think they would be sticking with the Democratic Party because with the case of Michigan, I do believe that Michigan is switching. I do believe that Michigan could, in future elections, start supporting more and more Republican candidates, but that is not a guarantee. That's the fact that Michigan even switched was a surprise to so many people. It was a surprise to me. It was a surprise to the media. It was a surprise to political scientists. No one expected that Michigan would switch. But in 2020, if Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden win the presidency, I do not think that Michigan, until the election gets closer, I do not think that Michigan could stay with the president. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, their outer layers are so conservative that they would definitely want to vote for someone who would support them. They are unionized, especially Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is one of the most interesting states that I have looked at in any presidential election because of just their neo nature. They are so slightly in between both parties that not a lot of people think that they should be on the Republican side, but they kind of are. New Hampshire, I do believe, could stay with the Democratic Party, again, in a very, very slight margin because of just the amount of effort that you really need to show that you are a good candidate. But a lot of conservative voters would be coming out to support the president of the United States in the state of New Hampshire, in the first of the nation. So I do believe that New Hampshire would be supporting the Democratic Party, probably for one last time. In 2024, that's going to be a completely different scenario, depending on the presidencies of whichever candidate actually wins. So this is going to be my map for this. It's going to be 290 electoral votes to Elizabeth Warren's 248. President Trump will be taking the White House back for a second term until 2024, whenever he is term limited. So guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will be doing more videos like this. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below on what candidates you want to see face the President of the United States, and I will see you guys in the next one.